Morals and Money, baby. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, baby. Respect, love.
Loyalty, passion, sanctified, hunger, all that good shit, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.
Yeah. Balenciaga, don't do a Prada. CDC when I'm out in Nevada. Like Boo, like Dolce Gabbana. Fuck niggas, stay away from that shit. Gucci belt got a Glock on my hip. Invested in stock, I'm lit. About to go with Jimmy, chew my bitch. Cop Kenzo for all my kids. Like niggas say hating the shit. Tell them niggas get off my dick. I'm steady be playing the shit.
Gang, add the Instagram. You feel me?
Man, bro, I'm really trying to get that shit right. Nigga, crazy.
Don't play around. Add that Morals and Money because we not playing.
Get the word, family. We back at it again. You know, we gonna hit you with another one and another one. We back with another episode, Morals and Money.
Appreciate y'all for checking out all our content recently. Everything that we've been putting out. Everything we put in is strictly for motivational purposes only, and to provide insight and to educate people on some of the things that's going on in the world today, and just some of the things that have affected us, you know, over the last couple years.
And some things that will affect us in the future.
Yes, sir.
Everything that we post, everything that we say is for motivation, is for your knowledge, is something that we learn, something that we think everybody should know. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Keep tuning in, keep liking, subscribing, keep reposting if you have. We appreciate it. God is good.
Definitely.
So today we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, you wanted to touch bases on.
You feel me? We're
another
gonna
good
talk
topic.
about another good topic, like we said, about fear. And the word fear
And failure. Don't forget failure.
Well, I was gonna bring that in. Definitely not gonna forget failure. But the word fear, people done broke that word up into like an acronym, right? I done seen it a couple times. And
False expectations appearing real.
exactly.
Right.
See, I was thinking the whole thing, but you know my boy already got it. You know we ain't missing no steps. But
And plus, I'm a victim of that shit. So
we all are. You feel me? We all are. Cause I ain't gonna lie. It's not that I be fearing stuff, but I'm a skeptical person, and if I feel like something isn't not a sure thing, but if it's not like a gut feeling that I'm feeling right, I just don't be like taking risks. I don't be automatically gun ho to do it. So it's like I gotta knock that off of myself, because that could be hindering my own success, right? There's a poem, I don't know if everybody ever heard of it, but if you ever watch Coach Carter,
I remember that.
there was a great poem in that movie, right? People don't watch TV, people don't watch movies sometimes, but movies can tell you a good story or give you a good depiction of what you think your life could be sometimes, right? Or just a good nugget to have, right? And the poem, it's not that we fear that we are inadequate. We fear that success could come and that we are the light that's shining, right? People fear that you are the light that's shining. You are the bright light. And people don't see it for themselves sometimes, right?
Hold on, before you even go into that though, because that's more so like fear of the perception from other people, like someone.
Not even fear the perception of other people. Fear just of the success, right?
What's your definition of fear?
Like, all right, boom.
To start off.
Look, listen. Fear of the definition of success, because once you hit that success, you can't let up, right? You can't say, okay, today I'm not going to do it. You have to do it every day. Once you're a boss, once you're your own boss, you got to get up every day. You got to make your goals. You got to do that thing. Whatever you're doing, hit your agenda every day. There is no let up. So people fear that sometimes, right? People fear the fact of, wow, this is really solely on me and I can't depend on nobody else. You understand? So that's the point of what I'm saying.
And fear
like,
of being alone?
The fear of being alone and the fear of failure.
Because elaborating into that, because that was a little too spicy. Everybody has different perceptions of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you define fear as, a person like yourself? For the people that have their own perception of fear, like what would you classify fear?
For me, I feel like nobody should fear any man in this world, right? Because we all bleed the same. We all could go through the same struggles, and we all can do whatever somebody else can do, right? All you have to do is build your mind up to do it.
Mental fortitude.
Right, mental fortitude to do whatever you want to do, right?
So body butter season. It is here and is among us because right now it's 46 degrees outside. So what happens during the summer, I want to use body oil because it's nice and thin and it's light and it soaks into your skin nice and easy and it's great for the warmer seasons. However, when you get into the colder months like fall, winter comes around, especially if you're up in the Northeast or in Chicago, wherever, you're going to want to use something more thick like our shea butter or our body butters. These are a fan favorite. It comes in different scents and different varieties. It is going to lock into your skin. It's using saturated oils plus beeswax to actually lock it into your skin and to retain that moisture your entire day. No water, no alcohol, no fragrances. Just 100% natural ingredients. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Contact at garnersgarden.com. Thank you.
So fear for me is like the what I just said, the fear of failure, right? That always been my fear. That always been one of my things. Like if somebody say, what you scared of? I'm scared of being a nobody, like completely. Like, and when I say nobody, I mean I'm scared to be not poor, because we already living how, you feel me? We are already living in a struggle, but really like on the rock bottom to where I'm just super don't know what to do. That's the fear, like to where you super lost in the source in this world. That's a fear.
The top G said this to I'm gonna stop calling him that, but my son Andrew Tate, he said it too. He said, for most men, life is like that for us. You know, we are in fear of hitting rock bottom, but most of us don't realize is that that's where you make the most impact. So when you fail and you hit a point to where you feel like there's no return, there's no rejuvenation, like you can't get back, that's what creates the monster. That's what creates the monster that kick down the door and you break that shell of fear. And one thing I learned about society, just being alive and just observing everybody, people are in fear to fail, but they're also in fear of being different. They're in fear of trying new things because they're afraid of being called out by society. They stick to the societal norms because they are in fear of what the next person within their community might say. I'll give you an example. Like I told you before,
Definitely.
once I hit my enlightenment journey and I started eating healthy, started going to the gym, started doing all these different things, I won't say it came from fear, but people in my neighborhood started calling me a white boy, right? Because I'm being different. And I could have took that and was on some shit like, okay, I'm being classified outside of my comfort zone. Let me return to normal so that I can be accepted by society. But what I did with that information and what I did with those accusations is I turned it into a positive. So you can call me the white boy, but you still gonna love me when you see me. You're still gonna learn something from me. There's still a conversation that can be held where I can tell you why I stepped outside my comfort zone, why I wasn't scared to be different, or why I was on some like, all right, this is my life, and in order for me to be in control, I have to not care or not be in fear of what other people are saying.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
Super facts. That's super facts.
That-
a lot of people go through that. A lot of kids go through that.
Kids,
But
adults.
What I want to say,
everybody, bro.
What I want to say about your story and about what you just said, people need to pick out one. I'll say this all the time. Pick out keywords, right? He said, back to a norm, back to the normal.
Societal norm.
Exactly. It's not a norm. It's ignorant. That's what it's an ignorance norm, and it's a norm of being like
Too comfortable.
No, it's not even too comfortable. It's a norm of being behind the 8 ball, because people want to listen to others that, one, hinders their own success, hinders their own well-being. So then they already negative. So now you want to tell them, the next person that's trying to do something that they don't do, to do negative. Misery loves company, and that's a super fact. So if a person isn't doing what you are doing, and they see it's like, oh wow, like he looking a little different right now. I don't like different. People don't like different. So it's like, oh, nah, I gotta say something. I gotta ruin his day. I gotta ruin his little mental right now. I gotta fuck with him because that's gonna make me feel better.
And you want to know?
It's gonna bringing him down is gonna make me feel better because now I'm coming up and I'm laughing. No, bro.
You know
I don't even entertain that no more. I don't even entertain people like that no more. Once you start moving like that, bro, I don't even talk to you no more. No.
But you know what's the crazy part about the failure aspect to it too is because being different brings on more failure. So the more different you are, the more you stand out, the more you shine bright like a diamond, so to say, because anything that's different is going to glitter like gold. The more you stand out and the more you step like that, the more you do fail because you find yourself doing things outside, again, of the societal norm that most people don't attempt to try. Mm-hmm. So correlating that, I was having this conversation with myself earlier. As a matter of fact, with my son Buster and my son Gemini, shout them out because I had linked up with them recently, saw them in front of the store. And we was having a conversation about the Jets and everything. I don't know if you saw in the news, but 2 little kids was found in one of the buildings physically abused by some man in my neighborhood.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't be watching the news.
It was all over
much.
Instagram.
I don't. Yeah. Honestly, bro, I don't feel like I don't be on social media too much to even be seeing news. Like I may see the ignorant, stupid stuff and I laugh at shit,
bro. That shit happened.
That sound crazy.
More or less, though, more than less, it had me. I was just talking to myself, and I'm like, wow, like the ages that the children were, you know, God bless them, and I wish that I hope the best for them, and I hope that y'all looks over them for the rest of their lives, the rest of eternity. Definitely. But at 12 and 14, I felt like me and my friends, we were doing things that were breaking that fear barrier at 12 and 14. So, like, for example, we would do stuff like we would cop a bunch of ripsticks, you know, the little wave board skateboards. Yeah, we would do bike riding, all that stuff down steep ass hills, bro. Oncoming traffic, anything. And I'm sitting in the crib yesterday, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, where does my authenticity come from? Where does my effort and my work conditioning come from? And I just started thinking like, yo, when I was little, I was doing a lot of things out of not being scared and failing terribly. So like riding down the hills on the ripstick, falling, scraping my knees, bumping my elbows, cuts all over the place, having to go through trial and error with the pieces on the skateboard, even with bikes. Popping the tire, the inner tube, changing the tire, changing the chain, all those different things. And I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, bro, we did that without fear. Mm-hmm. We did that without, like, even with my mom or father telling me to be careful, they didn't know we was riding down steep ass hills on ripsticks with oncoming traffic. Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to say to myself, I'm like, bro, fear is really just a perception. Mm-hmm. It's really just a perception of what like anything else is, like a false expectation appearing real. And I connected them 2 things because I'm like, all right, had I went into that situation on some like I will get hit by a car or something bad will happen, I might have never learned how to ride a ripstick. True that. And that was an essential part of my childhood because as we see now, kids not outside skateboarding and riding bikes.
Yeah,
they're not doing stuff like that no more.
If they riding bikes, they riding a city bike.
That's it. The way
that's so
we
crazy.
Was riding BMX bikes.
We was riding regular bikes. We was
BMX.
We was asking for bikes. We didn't have no city bikes. I mean, a lot of things is different now because you feel me. It's a lot of different tech advantages, a lot of different tech, and a lot of different privileges that this generation has now. So you feel me. We had to really get them scrapes and bruises. A lot of people don't want them scrapes and bruises no more. So it's like
I still got it.
How can they learn to get rid of the fear that they have? I don't know, honestly. I guess the living where you at, you gonna adapt. You feel me? Because the things that they are doing now are completely different from the way that we was doing it. We was outside running around playing ding dong ditch sometimes. Really, you feel me? Like that's
jumping
the fear
gates, no hands,
of knocking
no feet.
on somebody door and running. They don't even do that no more. You feel me?
I remember when I was little,
get beat.
It was one time niggas dared me to flip over the gate, and the guys, they remember this story. I flips over the gate, the double gate, and I bumps the middle of my head. Big ass lump, looked like a mohawk.
Noggin.
Big ass mohawk, bro. But guess what? It went down. We was back outside doing the same shit all over again.
It's like when we see all the little kids crying so much, and we be like, yo, bro, Stop crying. You feel me? We at the end of the day, as men, yeah, tap into your emotions. You allowed to cry, but we feel like nowadays it's just too sensitive.
They're encouraging it
too
too much. That's what they doing.
It's like, bro, cut it out. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get scrapes and bruises. You're gonna bleed.
That's what makes a man.
That's exactly. So if you can't take it right now, how do you expect it for him to take it as an adult when he get older? He not gonna know what to do. And that's why these kids don't like to fight. And that's why all the adults is wondering, why is all of these kids 16 for real picking up the guns? I mean, yeah, people, that was regular sometimes in our age group too.
Nah, but he threw hands way more often.
A lot of people knew how to fight. You
threw
can't
hands
say
way
that
more
a lot of people really be fighting out here nowadays. A lot of people, like, they don't even understand that word no more because they don't want to get hit.
And it's more so, like, not even like them not wanting to fight no more, but the kids don't want to try nothing.
They don't want to.
They don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
They don't want to do nothing different. Like I said, they don't want to step outside this box, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna face you're gonna face adversity, but there's no surveys, there's no high level problems that you're facing in the society that you come from.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you get the chance to face those high level problems is if you place yourself in positions where you're not comfortable.
Right.
You're not used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the big learning experiences for me, bro, was college. Because
Definitely.
I hate school.
Definitely.
You know, I like teachers and I love personality, but when it comes to listening or what's on the chalkboard, the sound of the chalk touching the board gives me goosebumps. I used to be in class really raising my hand purposely just so I could get out when they doing that. And this is middle school and elementary school that we talking about. You know, in high school they using the whiteboard, the dry erase board and stuff. But I just used to be on some like, all right, I can't get jinky with this, and I just start trying wild, different, stupid shit. And the same thing, those same stupid things led to me making big time mistakes. But those big time mistakes taught me lessons that I carry with me till this day that helped me move smarter.
That's a fact.
You know,
that's a fact. And not to say that any failure you take is a bad one. You feel me? And that's something that I need to always remind myself.
There's an acronym for that too.
No lie. I need to always remind myself, because I be like, I was telling myself when I was younger, I don't want to fail. You feel me? And if I don't try, then I won't succeed. You feel me? I won't even know if I'm going to fail if I don't try it. That's the point. So I used to have to tell myself that all the time.
He did it, ladies.
Even with playing ball when I was younger, like, I used to be like, there's a little self-doubt sometimes, because you already know you playing against a bunch of thousands of kids in the world
that are nice too.
You feel me? And I done been to AAU tournaments to where we seen, you feel me, people that we watching on TV. So it's like, damn, like, you feel me? You got it. People in the NBA, people in the NFL, people in the music industry, movies industry, they done kick that self-doubt out their head. So a person like me, you feel me? I had to take it to myself, like, all right, damn, I done kicked my own self in the ass.
In here, but,
That's good.
So what about the vitamin C? When do you use this?
I usually
and why?
use the vitamin C in the winter because it's a lot drier, and it has the veggie glycerin, the vegetable glycerin in it that helps. It's a very powerful humectant that helps keep my face dry, so I don't get, the itchy, rashy spots in my eyebrows or just under my nose here on the upper lip. Places that are usually pretty mobile that I'm using all the day and can dry out easily, especially when it's hot and all the moisture.
All right.
It's hot inside and it's putting the moisture out.
Okay, great.
Feel me? Like, so fuck it. Just do that shit and go super hard. And that's why we doing this shit. And why you see this content all the time. We trying to go super hard. You feel me? Because we feel this shit. We trying to make it for real.
And this message too is, and I would love to have this conversation. This message is not specifically, but we got to direct this towards the people that's actually striving for some greater goal right now. Because the hardest thing that you could do with what's happening in the world right now is stay focused.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that'll bring a lot of fear, and which will result in you thinking already in your head that you're going to fail. You can't stay focused, so you're in fear of the world that you're living in today. It's nothing but failure around you, but we're here to tell you guys and to teach you guys that it's possible to break it. Just keep grinding, because at the end of the day, when you have a vision and you have a dream and you have obstacles in your way, the only thing that's going to stop you from getting through those obstacles is by putting your energy towards fear.
Perseverance.
Yeah, the perseverance. You got to be able to persevere. And it's like with most of the people who have existed before us. We could say Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Steve Biko, Nelson Mandela,
Marcus Garvey.
LeBron James, Tiger Woods. We could throw all of them in there because everybody had a specific obstacle placed in front of them, but they used the, like you said, perseverance to get through. And to touch bases on failure, I just want to add the acronym in there real quick for them is found an innovative lane under ridiculous experiences. Failure.
Ooh, say that again.
Found
Yeah,
an
no, we
innovative
do.
lane under ridiculous experiences. We live by that.
I hope y'all write that down.
Word though.
It will be up at the bottom. You feel me? Acronym. Failure is gonna happen. You feel me? You're gonna a loss is only a lesson learned. Like he just said, every failure that he took, it gave him a valuable lesson. Like, all right, next time I'm gonna go a different route, or next time I'm gonna do this a different way. Next time I know I need to think differently. Next time I know I need to plan differently. Next time I know I need to have a better attitude. Next time I know I need to go about something differently. All those different type of options, you already know it's a lesson learned.
The word.
I'm
though.
already thinking in my head, damn, all right, I fucked up. All right, if I do this again, how I'm gonna do it better? If I try another thing, if I try another route, how hard am I gonna go at that? How am I gonna do this one better?
True
'Cause
shit though.
I don't want to fuck up again, but if I do fuck up again, all right, what am I taking? What am I taking from this one now?
From that fuck up, yeah.
What am I taking from this one now?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, cool. All right, now I done bang, bang, bang. Now I'm making bread. Or now I'm just in a better headspace to where I am succeeding in my own realm, in my own lane. Success is your perception of what it is. Even if it's not being wealthy, even if it's not being rich, if you still feel like you're successful in your life, then that's what you feel like. Can't nobody tell you nothing different. Because ain't nobody taking nothing from what you did.
Only yourself. You're the only person that could change that.
Only person.
Only person.
It may be real obstacles in your way. It may be real people hating on you. But if nobody's hating on you, then sometimes you ain't doing nothing right.
Let's talk about that one. The fear people have of hate and how that creates a big amount of failure within somebody's life.
Right.
It's crazy how you just brought that up because I was also watching Social Proof podcast with David and Donnie. And David was talking about how he tried to be a rapper when he was growing up. It was mad funny. Donnie said she tried to be a rapper too. She said that she used to rap about her butt being fat and all the designer that she had on. I'm looking at her and I'm like, yo, that don't even like look like you. But I'm like, anyway, I'm breaking down the message, gave my own perception of it, and pretty much what they both said and what they both had in common with that is that they were in fear of what people would say about them and their music, being that wasn't the life that they was living. But David also said that
I can't lie, I agree with that.
nah, it's true. I
felt the same way growing up.
shouldn't be rapping or speaking anything in general if you're not actively living it.
I felt the same way growing up.
But peep this though. So David said that he said that his fear of failure is basically what stopped him from being a full-time musician. Now, had he had an I don't give a fuck mindset, he would have went on and continued with it, only because a part of being creative is adding a little spice to your perception sometimes and shaking shit up. But I don't fully agree with that because I feel like people rock with you more when you authentic and you're original. But at the end of the day, it makes sense because it's like, what if he would have been on some fuck what everybody else got to say? Yeah. Fuck or people that's hating on my bars or hating on my music. Fuck them. What if I continue to keep doing this? What type of clout will this bring me? What will this do for my career? And he said it straight up, and it was actually something to think about because it's like, wow. Yeah. You could try 50 different ventures. My bad, bro. You could try 50 different ventures, and you'll never know which one is good for you until you fuck up.
True.
You know,
or until you really love it, honestly. Yeah, that's something that I'm taking that from what that story right there, right? Because I used to think that a lot about rapping. Because when we was younger, everybody used to try to rap. Everybody used to try to freestyle. I still remember. But I used to really think to myself, like, bro, I can't rap one, I'm not living what I like to rap about, and then I don't have the money that I'm saying
At all.
So
We
it's
young
like,
too, so
this shit ain't gonna work. I can't do this shit. Nobody even gonna believe my shit, right?
Exactly.
So I felt the same way. So, but what I realized is if you could do a lot of different jobs, you could do a lot of different businesses, but until you find something that you really passionate about, that you love doing, you just gonna be like, I'm just doing this, like, and then you may throw it out after a few years. You have to. I feel like when it comes to things of business success, a job, you should do it, and once you get into it, you should really love it. You should have been loved it, or you should like it and grow to love it, and then be like, all right, this right here works for me.
Nah,
And I know I'm good at it.
It's true.
You gotta. That's what I was telling the kids in school. One, what do you like to do? That's what I tell my niece. What do you like to do? What do you think will make you some money? And what do you really love? What is a hobby of yours? That's what I noticed too. Also, when I was in college, because it's like, all right, cool. I want to be a businessman, but what is essential? What do people need?
Because the
what
business
is
is
gonna
vague.
work? What is gonna work for me as a marketer? What is gonna work for me if I'm selling a product?
As an entrepreneur.
As an entrepreneur,
overall,
right?
As overall.
So what is gonna work? What is gonna sell? That's what people need to realize. And then, like I said, what do you like? Because sometimes what you like, other people may like.
Or they may not. You know,
True,
it's always,
true,
It's always
but-
up and up with that one. But in some cases, it's not about what they like.
Right.
It's about what you like.
True that.
And if
Because
you like it,
look at all
then-
the fashion designers. I be like, what
Exactly.
the fuck is that?
Exactly.
But shit, they like it, they made it, and somebody else is wearing that shit, making it look fly. So now that shit lit.
Let me give y'all some word of advice. The clothing brand, Last of the Flying Breed. Make sure y'all go check that out too.
You
on
know that,
Instagram.
man. Last
of the
Breed.
Flying Breed. Making that, creating that, there was so many outside opinions outside the very three people that started off with it. It was so many outside opinions. Do this, do that. Can I put my name on it? Can I put my logo on it? And, you know, we thought about it like, okay, maybe we'll do this just to please our customers or to satisfy our customers. But after a while, we really had to realize, like, bro, this brand is something we founded with the creativity that comes from our spirit, that comes from us. Anything that we create and put out there, we putting it out there because we like it. And whoever don't like it, just don't support. And if you do like it, then you're going to support.
Right.
And we took that attitude, and once we started getting our stuff made overseas and started selling our merch from overseas with the good quality and stuff, we started to see like, okay, it's possible that you could take ideas, put them on paper, and bring them to life. Because we started to see people purchasing it without us having to be on some, oh, come shop, da-da-da. Like, they see it, they like it. That's all that matters, because it's your creative intellect. And I feel like what stops a lot of people is they give a fuck about too much about what people got to say.
And also, it's what people gotta say, but it be what the people closest to me gotta say. What the people in my area gotta say that I'm really thinking about. And what people don't realize is the outside people that don't know you is gonna fuck with you
Way more.
than the people that do know you before.
Inside, exactly.
And that should be so weird. Like a rapper, like a designer, like a podcast. Some people gonna fuck with you outside your state. Rappers say that shit a lot. Outside your state, before your state fuck with you, before your city, before your people, your friends, your family tap in.
And
It be like that sometimes.
That's the hate.
Envy. I don't want to say
It's not hate. It's not hate.
I just want to say it's neglect.
Neglect. Yes, they're
I want
neglecting
to use
it.
the word neglect.
Neglect, that's a
because
good one.
they may see what you're doing. They may even like what you're doing. But until they see, okay, he's really passionate about it. Until they see, oh, he's really making money.
That's what
Until
drives
they
the
see,
hate.
and okay, but still, that's still a version of neglect for me, because, like I said, they may still fuck with it. They may still even be supporting, but they may not. They may not be supporting like you think they should be supporting, or they only bought one thing, or they only heard 2 songs, or they only watched 1 episode, or they only came to 1 show, or they only came to 1 game.
Well, this is
They
science behind that, bro.
They may, you feel me? Fuck with you hard, friend wise, family wise. But when people see, all right, this person is really passionate, and then they really going hard, and then they really making money, or somebody really noticing them, or I really see something, a new spark in they eyes. Then that's when they hop on the bandwagon, and you just be like, all right, whatever, it's cool.
And it happens way too many times where we come from. I say it brings on the hate because we are all in fear of what the next person close to us what will become. That's what they put on us where we come from. In our society, because there's not too many people that have made something of themselves, we're all taught and all brought up to believe that we are all in this together. We're all in this situation together. But when the next person elevates and upgrades himself and removes himself out that lifestyle, that's when the hate starts to come up.
True that.
That's when people
True
start
that.
to say, this person think he's better than everybody, or this person think he's smart, or he rich, or whatever the case may be, when in reality you just changing. You're just changing as a person. And of course, when change comes as a person, then change comes with the environment, because you can't change as a person if you don't change your environment.
True.
You can only become better, but you reach a pinnacle in your life, a point in your life where you realize that in order for me to hit the very next level, I've already changed as a person. I have to change my environment. That's how I feel now, bro. I feel like that now.
Definitely.
Every day I wake up and I tell myself, I'm developing, I'm growing. I don't got people hating on me, ain't no envy out there, but I do know that I have to change my environment. And once that change comes, whatever comes with that, I'm going to just take it with a grain of salt, but forever still spread the message of love.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
It'll be like that.
Definitely. And then once you change your environment, you feel me? The people that was hating on you, one, they gonna hate on you even more. You feel me? Because you ain't around to see. And then when they do see you, they gonna be like, act like it's so much love, but just remember, it's fake love.
When that back turn,
you feel me? Just remember, it's fake love, all right?
Nigga think he is. That's how it be, bro. Yo. See this thing, bro? Came in here with his
For real, bro.
Came in here with his bust down.
You know one of my favorite rappers, R.I.P. my man Young Dolph. He used to say that shit a lot.
And Nipsey. Oh man.
You know that.
Not
He
to
used
go
to say
on
that shit
about
a
that,
lot,
but
bro.
yeah. Bro, and you know what's crazy, bro? Dolph down.
I don't want to interrupt the great content, but if you just wanted to grab you some quick drip, nice little sweatsuit, nice bag, whatever the case may be.
Cop
Or
that
even if
last breed, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing with us, man.
You know what it is. We got the hats, socks, slides, sweatsuits. We even got some new hoodies dropping, man. Just check out my Instagram, KingWillow_Eminem, and follow that on Instagram, Last of a Flying Breed.
Last of a flying breed.
Let's get it.
The hate turns into jealousy, and like we said, for a man, jealousy should never turn into envy. That shit always should turn into motivation. If you did feel a little jealous because you have emotions of that sort, that should have turned into motivation. But for some niggas, that shit turn into envy, and then for the envy, that should turn you into a motherfucking nut. Cause nigga,
Sound like Wallow.
Gilly. you want to be a nut as a Philly nigga, like. You want to kill a nigga, and then you ain't even taking what he got, like,
Nah,
or
word,
you
though.
like, even if you did rob him, what is you getting out of that, boy? You feel me? That little bread ain't lasting. You just took a whole life because you ain't reached where he at. Come on now,
And that's
that
where
don't
we
even
fail.
make sense in my head sometimes.
That's where we fail.
That don't even make sense in my head. Why do you want to take another man's life because you didn't get to where he's at? It wasn't for you. You didn't go hard like he is.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Go hard, and then you could get to where you want to go.
You
Or you
receive
could
your
have the
blessings.
money that he got. Or you could have the bitches that he got. Because that's all you want, the bitches or the money or the chain.
Because that's all you see.
Like, come on, bro.
You see.
You don't see the back end of his struggle, the bills he got to pay, the people that he taking care of, the stress that's on his brain, the fucking, the burnout that he going through because he really going hard every day. Niggas don't be seeing that shit. Niggas don't be understanding, oh yeah, this nigga really figuring out that he got to do something 3 weeks from now for somebody else. Because niggas depend on people.
Where we come from, we don't understand burnout, bro. We're going to talk about that too.
Like, come on, bro.
But I wanted to add too, like, you said passionate, being passionate about everything that you want to do in life. And that's 100% correct. I came up with this theory of passion and pleasure. And it kind of sort of connects to women in relationships. This is a good one for the fellas. You get in a relationship, which one you think is going to last longer? The one that has passion or the one that was created off of pleasure?
The one with passion.
Okay, the one created off of passion is the one that's focused on the longevity. That's the one that's focused on getting somewhere. That's the one that's focused on doing this for the love of one another. Now, the one created off of pleasure is the one created from lust. Dang, I like how this he feel. Dang, I like that nigga big as hell, or the stroke, or I love it when we doing all the intimate stuff.
Right.
That's the pleasure. Now, when you take that same scenario and you incorporate it into a business or into your goals, you look at your goals or the business like the woman. How long do you see yourself doing it? And do you want to be pleased, or are you doing this for the love? Because if you're doing it for the love, there's no pleasure. You're going to go through some shit. You're going to go through heartaches, burnouts. You're going to go through all of that because it's for the love. I love this, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like in a relationship, you argue with your girl, you know it best, bro. You argue with your girl. If you love her, that argument is going to get swept under the rug with communication. Y'all did that for the love. But if it's a pleasurable situation, you're not going to get that too much energy.
Oh, yeah. Or you could just say, fuck it.
I'm just slapping. All I'm doing is hitting it. We don't got to have this conversation right now. You walk out the door. Same thing. Same thing with your goals and your and everything that you wish to do for in your life. You look at it with that same lens. Like, okay, I'm in love with this. And no matter what attitude this gives me or whatever f-ups we go through, I'ma still put more love into it because I understand that passion is more powerful than pleasure.
That's a fact.
You know?
That's a fact. Big
real
Jim.
spill though.
Big Jim. For real. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, one, it'll show. That's a fact. And two, you're not going to see the results that you really want to see. And we learning that for a fact over and over. You feel me? And we gonna take our advice because it's coming from us. But when we say it to y'all, we want y'all to take it in and be like, all right, I hear what they saying. Am I doing that? Because we asking ourselves, are we doing it every day?
It's real.
You feel me?
All of it is real. We got to tell them we have a whole nother brand outside of this that's basketball related. And I started that 3-4 years ago. I experienced my very first burnout, I think in December. I went through so much in that month alone, just as like a person, as a human being, and I experienced my very first moment of burnout where you really had to just sit back and think like, all right, what the hell is going on? Like, what am I doing? Like, you have to ask yourself again, what am I doing this for? Because you have to really reassess and reevaluate if what you're doing it for the love, or you doing it just to please others or please yourself. And going through that burnout, I really learned how to adjust to it, how to get through it, and how to mold myself to be better after each time I hit a burnout, because it's going to happen.
All right.
You hit a burnout if you hit a level and you get through that level, at the end of it, it's going to be burnout, because if it wouldn't be no good luck if it wasn't no bad luck, and it wouldn't be no bad luck if it wasn't no good luck. You got to go through the bad to get the good, and you got to experience the good so you can know that it can get bad.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Just like the stock market, like they say, what goes up will go down, and what went down will go back up.
Bear and bull. It's just like life.
It's just like life, for real,
Just
for
like
real.
life.
They say that when you learn in the stock market. It's just like life sometimes. It may be going down right here for some months, a year or so, but just know it will get better, and it will go back up.
It's light at the end of the
You
tunnel.
feel me? So if that's the point of being in love with your business, in love with a relationship. If you're in love, then you know you want to fight for that. You know you want to go hard. You know you want it to last. You know you want it to stand the test of time, right? So with your business, you know you want it to take all type of obstacles, any type of struggles that you run into. You feel me? You may not be having a good month of sales. You want to get through that. You feel me? People went through the pandemic. They had to get through that. They took they losses. They back right now. They going hard. They going strong. They making their bread back. You understand? So it's all in. It's like what they say. Don't hate the player, hate the game. It's the game. You understand?
Can't hate the game.
You can't hate the game. You got to fall in love with the game, because at the end of the day, the game will knock you down and trip your ass and knock you out sometimes. But you got to wake you up. You got to get some water in your face and wake up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I had to wake up one time. I I felt like I was lost in the sauce feeling. You feel me? And I had to get up and be like, all right, damn, I can't sulk too long. You understand what I'm saying? Because my fear of failing, my fear of being a bum ass nigga, I can't do that shit. Because then everybody gonna be looking at me. I'm thinking about the perception of other people. Like, what the fuck is going on? You was doing good in school. You such a good kid or this and that. This nigga's a bum though. Nah, never. Not me. Not Chris. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the mentality that I have. Like, I cannot be a bum. I will not be a bum. I am who I am. Like I said, I am a king. So I believe that, and I gotta go hard at what we doing. Morals and money. And then, you feel me? Tune into the basketball trenches. Cause we coming back hard.
And
You understand?
to be vocal on
He
that
brought it
too.
up.
For you to be a bum is not you screwing up. It's not you screwing up, bro. A bum is
It's somebody
someone
that just, to me, not to cut you off, but a bum is somebody that then just be like, all right, I'm gonna sit on this couch and I'm gonna say fuck it, cause I don't, I lost at that one, so I'm just stuck.
Yes, that is a bum. A bum is the
That
person
is a bum to me.
who gives up.
You understand? Yes, a person that done gave up. You fucked up and now you done gave up.
Even when you do get that additional push for other people, you're even more of a bum because they're giving you their energy. And you watched Dragon Ball Z growing up?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Do you remember the move, the Spirit Ball, the Spirit Bomb?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm going to explain the scenario. So Goku's fighting Frieza, and the fight is getting really intense. Like, Frieza's probably like in her whatever final form, and Goku now has to gather more energy in order for him to win the fight. Now, what he does is he gathers his energy, tosses a little ball up in the air, and holds his hand up to gather all the energy from the
And that shit's
spirits
spinning.
around the world. Yeah. And as he's doing this, he's asking the people of Earth to give him more energy so the ball can get bigger and he can launch that big ass blast at Frieza and end it all. Had Goku not did any of that, and I'm just saying, and let Frieza dominate, that would have made him a bum. A complete bum, because he gave himself the first spark and then took the energy from everybody else to do nothing. That's what makes you a bum. When you have all the resources around you and you have a fighting chance and you're not doing something about it. That's what makes a bum.
We all, as men, have a fighting chance.
Everybody. Men and women.
Men and women. But we know women. Women gonna do their thing. I ain't gonna lie. I told little guys, and when I say little guys, because I was in the school system, right? I told the little high schoolers, my little sons, the little bros, I told them all the time, bro, I know you could get girls, right? I know you macking with shorty right now, bro. But go back to class. Because she's gonna pass and leave your stupid ass behind. And you gonna be left in the past. You gotta remember that. Yeah. She's gonna do her thing. You gotta do yours, bro. You trying to get this ass, and she's still gonna pass this class.
Nah, facts. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Like, bro, girls do their thing.
But
I always figured that out. Girls are, when it comes to school and it comes to work and it comes to right now, it comes to a lot of businesses too. I can't even lie. Y'all doing y'all thing. But when it comes to that, when we was younger, they are studious.
Yeah, they put in pain.
Some people may not have common sense, but they are studious.
I knew more girls that got better grades in class than majority of the dudes.
So
I don't think any of us got better grades than any of the girls.
You feel me?
I'm gonna be honest.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You feel me? I can't lie. I done got some good grades, but it is what it is. Girls really go hard. You feel me? If they one of them good girls, you feel me? If they not one of them hood joints, you feel me? Like ratchet ass type of bitches. But excuse my language. But like I said, bro, get your ass back to this class, cause she's going to pass.
That has a lot to do with fair too. To bring it up.
Don't think so much about the right now, because at the end of the day, you still gonna reach 20. I will hope you reach 20, and I will hope you reach 30, and I will hope you reach 40. So when you get there, I don't want you thinking like, damn, when I was in high school, you feel me? I was just roaming around. Yeah, you could, but at the end of the day, when you telling that story, I hope you got some back end some bread in a business or you got a good job because you didn't really need the high school. You feel me? At least if you telling that story, but don't tell that story, and then you sitting in the hood, you sitting in the wrong type of environment telling that story to some little kid like, yeah, man, you feel me? Now you on the block telling the little kid to go to school because you fucked up. And now you stuck and lost in the sauce and looking like a fucking bum.
And the crazy part about that too is that a lot of us, being that we are in fear of standing outside of the box when we in school and when we young and stuff, a lot of us fixate our mind on chasing girls, chasing cat around. And I know it myself because from middle school to high school, I've done it. I've left school for girls. I've left school to bring girls home. I done messed with girls all day in class that I probably didn't learn anything in the class. And at the end of the day, majority of the girls that I was messing around with, all of them graduated. All of them went to college. I went to college too, but it all happened and I watched it happen. And it's crazy because it's like, wow, I also watched a lot of dudes chase girls and end up nowhere. So my message to you guys is also don't be in fear of being called out for not being the one that has all the women or that got all the biddies or all the ladies around you, because at the end of the day,
it's a good thing.
That stuff is meant for when you are where you need to be. Because if you thought they was hot tamales when they were young, let me tell you something, fellas.
If you got the bag,
it gets better. The women, unfortunately, because their bodies go through a lot of changes depending on the decisions that they make as they get older, it can get worse. But if you staying in the right lane and you focused,
right,
it gets better.
You doing your thing, I'm telling you, you will be the cream of the crop.
For sure. We see it happening with too many people. And I'm going to keep saying Andrew Tate, because he's one of the people that I see myself, or Mike Rashid or 19 Keys, that you ask girls about them or you go in their comment boxes or anything like that, and you see what's going on. You see what type of lifestyle that they could potentially be living based off the energy that they're being given in the comment box.
If they wanted to even entertain that type of energy.
And LeVar Ball said this too earlier. It's so crazy. He said this on the Bible Bros podcast. I think that's what it's called. That going to the NBA is so funny. Even going to the NBA, you're still not getting top tier women. He said most of them are hoes. Most of the women that they attract when going into the NBA are hoes. So that's why you got to, like, from young, you got to plant that bug in your head, especially those who want to be collegiate athletes or athletes in general, that none of that stuff matters. That you got to be fixated on your goals. Like Cuz said, you got to be passionate and in love with yourself and what you're doing. Not with any pleasure that a person is bringing to you, because that stuff is temporary. You know?
The aesthetics will go away sometimes.
They go away all the time. No, sometimes. They go away.
They go away.
They go away. They change for men, too. You got men who, as they age, they start looking more roughed up and saggy, bare belly, chubby. The main one for Americans is bare belly. You're gonna see a bare belly on most older men, because back in the day they didn't really put no emphasis into their selves, you know, a lot. And this actually leads us into the concluding part, the burnout. A lot of them experienced a lot of physical burnout back in the day, but didn't know how to address it. So they wasn't putting themselves in positions to where they could be like, all right, I'm going to focus on myself entirely before any of this, like having kids or getting married, before I do any of this, because I matter. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely. Everybody was definitely on survival mode.
Yeah, survival mode. No thrive mode, and it's so unfortunate. But for the burnout, I've actually discovered a little solution that may help. It helps me, and I feel like it'll help a lot of other people too. But journaling. So what I did, I had this journal actually for like 2 years now. But every time I feel like things are getting stressful, I pick up the journal and I rewrite out my goals. I rewrite out my plan, because when you're writing it out, you're able to slow things down and process it. Like, okay, did I accomplish this? No, exit off. Did I accomplish this? Yes, check it off. You're able to decipher now, pick and choose the things that you want to put energy into,
and
reassess because you're putting it on paper. That's my best solution.
I like that. One of mine is, honestly, just really laying down. If that is just on a flat surface on the floor, and really just closing my eyes, like some meditation.
That works.
But I really don't need to like do all the and people. I just need to close my eyes, have things silent, and just let my mind just flow and just take a step back from things and let my mind reassess the stuff that been going on and see like, all right, cool, this happened, all right, that happened, and now I'm gonna take this positive, all right, that was a loss, what's the lesson from that, all right, cool, and now and also I pray as I'm laying on the floor with my eyes closed. I'm praying also. I'm always praying. I'm always talking to God for more guidance and for Him to lead my footsteps, because I'm doing as He wants me to do. I'm not just doing what I want to do. I'm doing what He allows me to do also, right?
Your passion.
I'm passionate, and He allows me to put more energy into what I'm doing. So I just keep asking Yah for more guidance and more signs that what I'm doing is right or if what I'm doing is wrong. And the gut feelings that I get, I go from there. And also writing things down also in my notepad. I may not have a journal. I don't have a journal like bro, but I write things down in my notepad and my phone.
Pen and paper, don't matter.
So, you feel me? I keep going back to my notes and keep reminiscing like, all right, I didn't do this. All right, let's get back to it. You understand? So, it's always about one, trying to realign yourself, trying to refocus. If you are, you feel me, slipping, because you always gonna slip sometimes, and just remind yourself like, all right, I'm this is something I really want to do. I love this. You feel me? And one thing I'm gonna say too, leave y'all with. I was watching J. Cole one time. He's another one of my favorite rappers too.
Inspirational.
That very inspirational. I feel like one, I could relate to J. Cole in a lot of different ways, because he said he lived in the kind of trenches too, but he was one of those kids that was just, you feel me, good in school, good in ball,
Stayed
but
out
he
the way.
stayed out the way. You feel me? Like I, for the most part, did. So I feel like I really kind of relate to that, right? So he was saying one time in an interview that when he even started rapping, right, how I mentioned the self-doubt when I was playing ball sometimes about getting to the NBA, playing against certain people, or just, you feel me, how my trajectory would be. He thought to himself, I'm not even going to tell my closest people, I'm not even going to tell my moms I'm rapping, because I don't want to hear their opinion. I don't want to hear them say, oh, this and that. I just want to do what I'm doing. I feel like I'm going to make it. I feel like I'm good. I'm nice. I got balls. This is what he's saying. I'm going to do this. So I'm going to navigate my life in a way that I really put myself in a position that I can do it. So he still went to school, went to college, but where he went to college at? In New York, because he knew New York was the mecca of hip hop at the time.
He could connect.
He could connect. He could make network connections. He could do different things, doing different ciphers and putting his face out there. So now he's still in college, but what he want to do? Music. You understand? Boom. What he's studying? Probably music in the first place or whatever. But like I said, he going to clubs. He doing this, doing open mic night. He meeting people. He's putting in the footwork to do what he planned to do his dream, to do his aspirations. And now look to what he did. He is J. Cole, and he don't have to be flashy. He don't wear none of the jewelry that we think. He's still riding a bike around New York City sometimes. So, you feel me? You don't have to really, like we said, think about the perceptions or the
about
talk
the people.
About the people, that what they gonna say about what you doing. Just if you love what you feel like is gonna make you into the person that's gonna be the best you, if it's gonna make you happy, do that. Do that, for real, for real. If it's gonna make you happy, do that. Fuck what everybody gotta say. Don't even tell nobody, because when you move in silence, people just watching.
G's move in silence, like,
you feel me?
Like
and bro Ben said that.
Weezy.
Lil Wayne Ben said
Weezy
that, right?
F.
So, you feel me? When you move in silence, things get done quicker sometimes. You move in silence, you see results. Sometimes you ain't even got to tell people, because people just want to throw negative. They want to throw their thoughts out there sometimes. You feel me? You asking for somebody's opinion.
And when you ask for it, you ask and you shall receive.
You feel me? You ask and you shall receive. You asking for somebody's opinion. So if it's negative or positive, you just got to take it with a grain of salt.
Opinions are what make and break ideas. I'm going to let people know that right now. You can have something very, very bright going on up there, and you get the wrong opinion, and boom.
For real, for real.
It's gone.
For real.
Ideas have a 30-day window. For some people, less. Ideas have a 30-day window. If the window isn't open completely within them 30 days, say goodbye. And like he just said, that's so crazy with the J. Cole story. It is a prime example of passion before pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I said he went to the clubs. He was going everywhere, not to please himself, but for the love of his craft, for the love of music. He didn't go to college to please himself. He went to college for the love of his music, for the love of the grind, for the love of the hustle. And in this same scenario, it was a false expectation appearing real, and he found an innovative lane under ridiculous experiences. Passion always before pleasure. Fear doesn't exist, and failure only exists if you let fear exist.
Word.
That's my message for y'all.
Don't let that fear hinder you.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, like we said in the beginning, make sure you click the link in the bio to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Morals and Money. Make sure you click the link in our bio to also join our masterclasses. We got the Podcaster Masterclass and the free Content Creator Masterclass that you could join to learn how to create your own personal podcast from the ground up. Now, you guys are going to see things get way better. It's going to look way better. Things are going to start cooking up in here. So just stick around, like, comment, subscribe, and we love y'all.
We out.
Let's get it.
I keep on rolling up. I be flaming it up.